Hey there, this is Ben from Pattern Profits bringing you the weekend update and weekly watch list into Monday, October 18th, starting with IWO, our proxy for small cap growth, right there at the volume shelf, back below anchored VWAP from off of the high. Your red anchored VWAP there is year to date, so you are technically back within the Brian Shannon Alpha Trends VWAP pinch, but we're looking to see if we can get out of there, push out of that pinch, come back up here and test 316, 319, and then eventually you have those prior highs near 340. If you look at 50, came back down, tested anchored VWAP from off of the high year to date anchored VWAP, and the volume shelf was right there and then bounced. So see if we can get back up near those highs, but a nice bounce. We saw the same thing with PDP, which is our momentum ETF, same thing, volume shelf, anchored VWAP from off of the low year to date, anchored VWAP right there, and that's where we bounced. Now you have 93.62 pivot above to see if it can reclaim. We'll get right into a few of the things we're watching next week. AMD, one of those at the top of the list. Let me bring the volume shelf over here, and you'll see that power of three here, volume shelf and anchored VWAP, great early entry opportunity as it came out of there. Now we want to see, can it clear the double bottom pivot 114.49 through there? You got a shot at prior highs 122.49 above there. Another big boy we're watching, Microsoft. This one came out of the pinch there, power of three setup, nice run, and now 305.84, standard pivot above, just looking for the breakout there. I have one more similar to these, and that's FTNT. Same thing, came out of there, 322, the standard pivot there. Just want to see if we can get a breakout there. I have another one. This one's a little more thinly traded, ARC Best, ARCB. Move this over. Like I said, it's a little bit more thinly traded, about 300,000 shares, but it's a nice little cup. Putting in the handle now, you're right there at 1020 cloud. You have a standard pivot, 91.33 above. So just looking to see if this can come out of the handle there and clear that standard pivot. Also have Workday. This is a power earnings gap idea. Had the power earnings gap here, big volume, anchored VWAP from off of that power earnings gap, reclaimed last week. Then you went double inside Thursday, Friday. Inside comes out here. You got a chance to clear that 274.94 pivot from the power earnings gap high. Good volume there too. So see if there's some continuation there. Also have Solar Edge. This one, another one that we caught very nicely when it was within the pinch, gave us the wick to work with, came out of there. Beautiful move right up to the pivot. Now putting in a handle here would look better if there were a couple more days sideways. Give me a few more days of the handle and then through the 308.97 pivot for the breakout. Did see few pocket pivots below, and again 308.97, the level you want to watch once the handle's complete. I also have Owl. This one, get rid of this, 1690, the pivot up here, anchored VWAP from off the high. You're trying to push through right there and dancing right at it. You have a prior high back here of 1736. So looking for this to come back above anchored VWAP from off of the high and then push through that 1690 standard pivot for a breakout. I have one more, that's S Sentinel 1. Anchored VWAP from off of the high, anchored VWAP from off of the IPO, forming the pinch here. We have right up against it there, couldn't push through, tried both Thursday and Friday. You have a prior high, 73.47 up here, trading below 60. So if that one can push through and out of the pinch, looks good to make a run toward that prior high up here. This setup, it's a little longer, but kind of reminds me of BROS, which we traded out of a pinch last week. That's one this setup kind of reminds me of the way we played BROS last week. That's all I have into the new week. Hope you have a great trading week, and I will see you over on FinTwit.